Oh yeah, new diary 23, favourite number. It's been over a year since the last one. I did the last one in July, and it's 10 years since I did the first one. I did that one in March, and Finn had just turned 4 at the time, and I said that I noticed that I had trouble tying up his bib behind his neck to give him his food, or for him to feed himself at that point. And the project I'm working on hasn't finished. However, I chopped all my beard off because of my wife hated it, and I thought as a special treat for her birthday I'd do that. So that happened. Anyway, 10 years. It's a significant anniversary, particularly for MS sufferers, because it's quite often at that point that the disease decides to evolve to the next stage, whatever that may be. And such is the case with me. I take baclofen, Liracal, 3 times a day, 2 pills of each, and then in the evening I take Rekip, which is just to relax me down, and I inject with betaferon every other day. This is the way it's been for the last 10 years. This summer has been very hard, with the heat rising to over 40 degrees C on at least 2 days, maybe more. And I noticed that I was using my drugs up at a faster rate than I should have been, so that I was going through the baclofen and the Rekips in maybe 2.5-3 weeks of the month rather than the whole month, which meant that I got through my backlog and started not having enough, so I'd had to have an extra prescription to make up the shortfall. Also, I find that these days I need to take the Rekip and baclofen sort of fairly early in the evening, 5-6 o'clock, and then again at about midnight before I go to bed. Otherwise I wake up about 2 just twitching like crazy, so that's not good. Anyway, I also noticed kind of springtime that my feet were really hurting, and it's similar to, if you've done it before yourself, if you pour a bath and it's too hot and you stand in it and you go, oh crap, my feet hurt. Well, that's what my feet feel like all the time, and I've tried changing shoes and getting massages and having various people look at my feet, but there's nothing visibly wrong with them. It's just that they hurt all the time like they've been scalded. So, and that's an ongoing thing, and so I take paracetamol for that too. Yay! Anyway, so there's the feet thing, there's the using more drugs than ever, and I've been having various mood swings, I'm sure my wife will tell you, and the memory loss seems to be enhanced. I have to work off a script now, so I went to see my neuro again, and towards the end of the summer he prescribed me a course of Solumedrol 5 days, 1 gram a day as usual, thinking that perhaps I'd had an attack and that would help, but it really made no difference at all this time, other than having to change my diet for the no salt, no sugar, no fat thing, and do that, which was a pain in the ass. My neuro reckons now that it's possibly time to take the next step, and he thinks that betaferon has reached the end of its usefulness for me. So I've had a chest x-ray to check my lungs and my heart to see if there's any problems there, and they're all clear. And I'm waiting to have an MRI on the 17th of this month to see what my brain's like before another course of Solumedrol, and then we're going to look at changing the treatment to Tisabri, which is once a month IV infusion in hospital, at least certainly to start off with, where I'll go in and be injected with this stuff for a couple of hours, I guess, but then I don't have to do it again for another month, which is better than having to betaferon every other day. The other choice is possibly Gilenya, which is another new medication, and it's a pill to be taken once a day. Now, I had thought that Gilenya was this treatment whereby you basically went in for a blood change, and you spent a week in hospital, and you came out and you didn't have to have anything done for another year. And then the second year you went and did the same thing again, but that was it. That was your major line treatment for MS over with. But I don't know. I mean, obviously I'm wrong about that, since it just seems to be a horse pill that you have to take once a day. But even so, pills are better than injections for all sorts of reasons, but namely because they're less sensitive to heat, etc., and easier to store and to carry around with you. And if we go on holiday next year, especially to a hot country, I'd really rather take that kind of thing than have to carry around stacks of betaferon with me. So that's basically it for the minute. I'm feeling okay, apart from the fact that I've got hurty feet and I've had shitty sleep, and I have a big problem with my eye at the moment, but that's not MS, that's something I caught from the scooter. Other than that, things seem to be okay, and as soon as I know what's going to happen, I'll let you, my dear viewers, know as well. Okay, in the rest of the time, I hope you're all well, and that if you have MS too, that I hope it's treating you okay, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, ta-ra a bit. And now I look down at the camera, see, there, okay, bye.